Get ready for the worst part about this speaker. That's your startup sound? This is the Soundcore Boom 2 A3138. My initial reaction was to call this a no-frills Bluetooth speaker, but that's not right. This has plenty of frills. It's just that they worked so hard to make this sound as good as possible that everything else about the speaker becomes less important. For example, this is an IPX7 waterproof speaker. That means they claim this can be submerged for 30 minutes at a depth of 3 feet and it's still going to work. And I don't just take their word for it. I test it myself, and yeah, that's true. The only problem I ran into was I thought the Bluetooth reception was poor while underwater. And is that a problem? Sure, I guess. But it's not like you're going to be listening to this underwater. And the more important thing is that it didn't take any damage. I pulled this out of the water a half hour later and it worked perfectly fine. And it's not just IPX7 waterproof, but it's also floatable. So if you do drop this into the water, it's not sinking to the bottom. All you're going to find behind this access port are USB-C and a USB connector. You're not going to read your thumb drives with this, but you can use this as a power bank. It has what they call an all-day battery, and it's not like Apple's definition where it's 8 hours. All day to them means 24 hours. Now, granted, that means 24 hours at moderate volume and with the bass boost disabled and the lighting system disabled, but still, that's a great battery. Speaking of lighting system, this has got the most beautiful RGB lighting system I've seen in any portable Bluetooth speaker. It really shines when there's actually music playing and it's thumping along with the music, but it's got, I think it was like 7 different effects to choose from flames and strobe effects and things like that. But it's just, the colors are bright and beautiful and gorgeous. And I'm telling you, in person, it is amazing. When I first paired my Android phone to the Soundcore Boom 2, it recognized the device and asked me if I wanted to load a companion app. I don't recall that ever happening before. Interesting. So I said yes. The app itself doesn't do a whole lot, but it did recognize that my Soundcore Boom 2 needed a firmware upgrade and asked me if I wanted to update it now. So sure. In addition to loading the firmware, the application also allows you to create your own custom equalizer effects. And the app is also the easiest way to change your lighting effects. I don't know if this is a unique feature or just the first time I've noticed it, but the handle has grooves for your fingers to grip. That's a small thing, but it's so nice. What you really want to know is, how does this sound? Soundcore calls this a 2.1 system. I don't think that's true in the traditional sense of the term, but I understand what they mean. There are 2 15-watt tweeters and 1 50-watt subwoofer. Now, when I say subwoofer, I mean that goes down to about 35 to 40 hertz, somewhere in that range, which is pretty good. And it has this bass boost button. Now, that doesn't increase the frequency range, but it does increase the volume at the lower register. And based upon my testing, there is never a time when you want to turn the bass boost off. It just gives the music a real sense of depth. And even at maximum volume, I couldn't get the sound to distort at the bass or the treble. I've got to be honest with you, I did come across an anomaly that I cannot explain. Heart sounded awful on this. And I tried to make it better with the equalizer, but it just, I couldn't make it sound good. And it's not just like female voices, because Pat Benatar sounded fine, Blondie sounded fine. Just Heart, it was just awful. And before I forget, of course you can use your Soundcore Boom 2 as a speakerphone. The Soundcore Boom 2 has one feature that I have never seen anywhere else. Now, I love TWS, and the Soundcore Boom 2 would be great for TWS. One of these sounds fantastic. Two of these would sound even better. Perfect. However, they have a feature called PartyCast 2.0 where you could... So where are you now that I need you? Where are you now that I need you?
One loaf with the sugar and I'm sauced out. I'm hot now, playing fire, I ain't never drowned. Balling out, number one, what assist now? Big hits, mo rich, new car, new bitch. I'm a hot boy, free PG. Free to Carter 5, let the streets eat.
Apoyándose en Lalo Torres y Lalo jugando así hacia el centro para Nene que se gira.
Amazing. The sound is